Rapunzel Story. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a young girl named Rapunzel. She was known throughout the kingdom for her long, golden hair, which flowed like a waterfall down the tall tower she lived in. Rapunzel's story began many years ago when she was just a baby. Her parents, the king and queen, were so happy when she was born, but when she was still a baby, the witch appeared, took the child away, and named her Rapunzel after the plant her mother enjoyed eating. The witch raised Rapunzel in a tall tower deep in the forest. The tower had no door or stairs, only a single window at the top. When the witch wanted to visit her, she would stand at the bottom of the tower and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would let her long, golden hair fall from the window, and the witch would climb up. Rapunzel grew into a beautiful young woman, but she was isolated from the world and had never seen another human besides the witch. She spent her days reading, painting, and singing songs that echoed through the forest. Her only company was the forest animals who visited her, and she named them all. There was Whiskers the rabbit, Feather the bluebird, and Fluffy the squirrel. She loved them all. Now, as the story goes, there was a brave and kind-hearted prince who lived in a neighboring kingdom. He had heard rumors of the beautiful girl with the long, golden hair locked away in a tower. One day, as he was riding through the forest on his white horse, he heard a sweet voice singing in the distance. The song was so beautiful that it drew him closer and closer to the tower. He followed the sound of the singing until he found himself standing beneath Rapunzel's window. Rapunzel had never seen a prince before, so she was both surprised and happy when she spotted him. She leaned out of her tower window, and her long golden hair tumbled down like a shiny rope. The prince couldn't take his eyes off her. She was so beautiful, and her voice sounded like music. "Who are you?" he called up to her. Rapunzel was just as amazed by the prince. He had a kind face and a warm smile. "I'm Rapunzel," she said. "I've been trapped in this tower for as long as I can remember. Who are you, and why did you come here?" The prince introduced himself and explained that he had been searching for the girl with the long, golden hair. Rapunzel's heart raced with excitement. She had never talked to anyone besides the birds and animals near her tower, and meeting the prince made her feel both thrilled and nervous. As they talked, Rapunzel and the prince became good friends. They laughed, shared stories, and realized they had a lot in common. The prince loved listening to Rapunzel sing. Her voice was so beautiful that it felt like magic. He promised to come back every day to see her. Rapunzel looked forward to his visits more and more. Talking to him was the best part of her day. As for the prince, he was falling in love with Rapunzel. He knew in his heart that he wanted to be with her forever. They made a plan to escape. The prince would bring Rapunzel a piece of silk every time he visited, and she would weave a ladder to climb down. But one day, Rapunzel accidentally let slip to the witch about her prince. She said, "Why are you so much heavier to pull up than the prince?" The witch was furious. She cut off Rapunzel's long hair and sent her far away to a lonely place. That same evening, when the prince arrived at the tower, the witch dangled Rapunzel's cut hair down. When he climbed up, he was shocked to find the witch instead of Rapunzel. Frightened, the prince lost his balance and fell from the tower, landing in a patch of thorns. The sharp thorns scratched his eyes, making him blind. Heartbroken and unable to see, he wandered through the forest for years, searching for Rapunzel but never finding her. One day, as he wandered, he heard a familiar voice singing. It was Rapunzel. She was living alone in the wild, trying to survive. Overjoyed, the prince followed her voice and found her. Rapunzel knew him right away and cried tears of joy. As her tears fell onto his eyes, a miracle happened. His sight was restored. The prince and Rapunzel returned to his kingdom, where they lived happily ever after. Far away from the wicked witch who had once held her captive, the kingdom celebrated their union, and the love between Rapunzel and the prince was celebrated for generations to come.